At a time when the world is apprehensive about food security and the looming dark days when humanity will run out of food, millions of tons of food are wasted because of our poor habits of consumerism. In industrialized nations especially, retailers and consumers discard around 300 million tons that is fit for consumption. Ironically, 1 in every 7 people in the world go to bed hungry and more than 20,000 children under the age of 5 die daily from hunger. This food wastage problem is getting worse every year. One of the top contributors to food wastage is because of lack of appropriate planning on the consumer part. Sometimes people buy lots of food without appropriately making plans on when and how the food will be prepared for consumption. Coupled with the contemporary schedules of work and appointments, people therefore tend to change food preparation plans or fail to remember using it on time, which leads to expiry of the foods, after which they are thrown as waste. Managerial, financial and technical constraints also become challenges contributing to food wastage in the developing countries. The wastage takes place because of the constraints to do with lacked proper management, inadequate finances, and technical difficulties in the lines of harvesting methods, storage and cooling problems in adverse weather conditions, processing, packaging, infrastructure, and marketing systems. Food wastage impacts on biodiversity loss at a global level. In order to maximize agricultural yields, farmers have increasingly invaded wild areas in search for more fertile lands, which has led to loss of biodiversity. The reason for this is that practices such as slash and burn, deforestation, and conversion of wild areas into farmlands have destroyed the natural habitats for birds, fish, mammals and amphibians. Food waste also means that chemicals, such as fertilizers and pesticides, and fuel used for transportation of these foods are also wasted. It also leads to more rotting food, which creates more methane, one of the most harmful greenhouse gases contributing to climate change. Methane is 23 times more potent than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas. Thus, the vast amount of food going to landfills makes a significant contribution to global warming. The best way to help reduce waste is to adopt and practice the theme like think, eat, save as a way of saving the environment. If we observe what is happening around us in school, we will see many students eating only half of the food they have ordered and throwing away the rest. At home, we only eat what we like and discard the rest of the food that has been served on our plates because we dislike it. Some of us heap food on our plates without any intention of finishing it. In restaurants, for example, many families order unnecessary amounts of food and waste a lot of it. Parents, too, need to change their attitude towards food consumption and educate the young about the downside of food wastage. Even in the school system, some effective kind of awareness on food wastage must be impressed upon the younger generation, as they may not be aware of another world where food is scarce or the looming food security issue which is threatening the world. As for making informed decisions, it simply means that we purposefully select foods that have less environmental impact. One example is buying organic foods that do not use chemicals in the production process. No doubt organic food is more expensive, but if more people buy organic produce, their production will be increased and subsequently, production costs will fall. Foods that are produced using fertilizers and pesticides only harm the environment and our health. Lastly, we must try our best not to waste food. Remember that it is not easy to produce food. There are people who endure hardship in order to provide the food on our table. In Islam, there are many verses in the Quran and numerous hadiths on eating and matters associated with it. Food is seen as not only to fulfill one's need or hunger, but also as something that benefits our physical, mental and emotional well-being. Additionally, food is also something that connects humans to the Creator through the sense of dependency, gratefulness, and responsibility. I really hope that we can all join hands to create a safe and green world for a better future to our children. So think before you eat and help save our environment.
Panasonic, ideas for life.